Welcome everybody to the DRC World Championship and to round 4. And with that, a beautiful evening in Monaco under the lights. We are back, and we are back with the biggest grid we had so far this season. 19 drivers will take on the Principality of Monaco today. Some new faces, like both Cadillac, and some old faces in familiar outfits like I Heart, reserving in a Red Bull today. Another rookie being Foxhound, who is, I think, a Cadillac reserve loan out to Renault today. But that's about as far as we'll have the action today. We already have the drivers on track. 60 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. There was a driver briefing before, talking a little bit about blue flags, qualifying, conduct things. So we'll see how the drivers will have processed this information. And we'll see how these 39 laps will play out here today. I already have a yellow flag. I think that is turn 5. Was that, I think? Doesn't matter. We have Albert in the Nouvelle chicane. Probably see a lot of yellow flags this qualifying session. I'm highly in doubt that I'll see much of session time. There is a Renault slow after turn 1. Albert being the first one to set a lap time. 1:14.6. Raf, the second one to set a lap time, 1:10.4. Here we have Mishko is currently going through the Nouvelle chicane. Penalized in Imola. Technically, both Ferrari kind of getting a penalty for some safety car shenanigans. But both of them are here again today. Someone who's also back after only driving the first round and leading the championship after that, King James in the Merc, is back today for round 4. Mishko, third. Masquerader up to second. Let's see what the guy with 100% win rate for attended races can do. Kimi Räikkönen up to second. Juno is in 4th. RD Gamer up to second place. 410s only. They're used to way higher gaps, especially in qualifying. Good thing about Monaco is it's not going to be that battery reliant. There we have Spooderman on start finish straight, great moving over for James, who moves up to 8th. And that's pretty much the first set of fast laps done. A little bit off rhythm for Alexander Leclerc, and also Proto Hype being on his out lap. Big possibility, especially in Monaco, for 3 fast laps. The circuit isn't that long. You guys can obviously see that on the lap time. Retro once again moving over. No, not a Retro, Spooderman, sorry. Now King James being a little bit in the way. Also moves over quickly. So the driver briefing seems to have worked. Now what can Leclerc do? If there's a circuit in all of the DRC calendar where you can score points if you finish, it's probably Monaco. Leclerc had to pass someone exiting the pits. Here we have the rookie. Here we have Foxhound. For a second. But this is Proto just passing by the second sector, notch of the wall. Luckily, this is a Virtual Championship and they're not actually in Formula cars. Otherwise, we'd have to have a look at the suspension. Well, to be fair, even in a Virtual Championship, we're glad this is a game by EA. Proto across the line, moves up to 8th. Whee! What happened there? Retro. After turn 1. Just saw the car start straight. I didn't even notice it was the wrong way around. Everything worked out. Masquerader's out. After the Nouveau chicane. There the Ferrari was parked. Yeah. First Ferrari out of qualifying. Justin also on a fast lap. Cross the line for the man on the Xbox. 1/10 quicker, stays 10th though. Ref is also done with quali after one run. Ten minutes to go, Proto to tighten the corner. And there goes a bit more than just the end plate of the wing. It's probably a lap to forget. Alexander Leclerc died in Saint-Devo in turn 1. Also, sadly, we were on the car when the Nouveau chicane just ceased to exist. You know, personal improvement for the Williams driver, currently in 6th. Having a really good season so far. It looks like the one that's an Alpine. That is Foxhound. The debutant. It's after turn 3, I think. Everybody looking out well. Back to Juno. Only Raskas left. Onto the start-finish stretch. Cross the line. Stay 6th. Really close to iHard though. ID Gamer, the next Williams. Le Farpen. A little bit of a throttle struggle. Spooderman is in the wall in Saint-Devo. I don't know if he can get out of it. He can. That's a bit of an interesting strat. And with that, we have an Audi in last place. The game across the line moves up to second. Kimirai has a Haas ahead of them. That's Retro. Retro's on the fast lap though, with a broken front wing. Yeah. Mishko, the Ferrari redemption. Half a second up. That's a big improvement. Gets a little bit of slipstream from the Williams ahead. Moves up to fourth. Great lap. Kimirai's next attempt. The championship leader. Nudge off the wall, 2/10. He needs 4.5 for pole. Crosses the line, moves up to second. Really close. RD Gamer, the next one to challenge ref's time. That's a border lap though. Tundra. The Alpine Mercedes needs a 10 to break into the top 10. Avoids it. Wants to use the last set of tires. Mishko throwing himself around the Principality of Monaco. Barely behind his own time. In the wall. He doesn't abort, so that's probably his last attempt. King James. Avoid it. G-ball. They're all playing with the wall a bit. Not a too smooth navigation of Rescas. That could still be an improvement. It isn't. That's a big lockup. Kimura is now on his outlet. That's really late. 1 minute 10 remaining. On 16.5. Here's traffic. Well, that's to be expected. It's Rescas. RD Gamer. On for pole. Last attempt. Retro retired. I think it's turn 5, that is. New L chicane, RD Gamer. And it's invalid. He did too much. Or rather, he cut too much. Could have been a fantastic lap. Aborts it. Kimirai. Ref done. RD done. Masquerader done. Mishko done. iHeart done. Kimirai 2/10 down. How is the field going to shape up? A little bit too early. King James in 10th. Snoo in the Cadillac in 8th. Fantastic rookie qualifying for him. Kimirai, purple, 2nd sector. But the first one was too slow. Tundra across the line. Stays 13th. And with that, we're done in Monaco. A lot less problems than I think half the grid anticipated. A few little slides in Saint-Devote. One crash at the Nouvelle chicane. Now that's about it. If it stays like this can turn out to be a fantastic race. And with that, the starting grid we have, once it's loaded. We hear the music in the background, or we don't see the grid. Nope. I guess I don't get the grid, but we'll have that once we're in the race then. I'll catch a grid preview You guys grab snacks and a drink. It's warm. And then I'll see you guys at the formation lap. Alrighty, we're back in the formation lap. Once again, without a big surprise, Ref is on pole. And here we have the tires. Ref on pole on mediums. Kimirai, RD on hards. Both Ferraris are on mediums. Are on mediums. Row number 4, we have Juno on mediums. And Snoo on his debut on hards in 8th place. Row 5, Justin, King James, both mediums. Row 6, we have Proto on softs. Probably saved himself a set. Here we see the strategy, and it does not include Proto's tire choice. It only includes hards to begin with. Second half of the 6th row, Thunder on mediums. Then row 7 is completely on hards with Thunder and G-Ball. Row 8, Leclerc on mediums. Albert on hards. Row 9, Foxhound and Red Show both on hards. And row 10, after the disqualification for Mishap and Centivot, Budaman on hards. The grid at the front is already forming up. And we are ready for the race to start. I just looked real quick to see the audio also working. A lot of people not finding their grid slot though. And now the camera changes. And we'll be waiting for the 5 red lights. And when they go off, we are green in the Principality. It's a good start for Refu. Not a really good start from Kimi, right? RD Gamer hasn't even restarted. The Ferrari's going by, probably because of the tire chips. We already hear a lot of contact in the back. We see a few pieces flying, but I think we're still having 19 cars pointing in the right direction. Turn 4 and into turn 5, the first real overtaking zone after turn 1. Prototype on the soft tires losing spaces to the second Mercedes. Now it's a little bit of a Constantina effect. There's Foxhound probably losing parts of his front wing thanks to it. But as stated, we still do have 19 cars pointing in the right direction. We do not have a safety car yet. And here we have Mishko passing RD Gamer. Great move from the Ferrari driver. Foxhound, first driver with a penalty. Probably cutting the new ball chicane. And now it's Ref in the lead, Kimirai second, Masquerader right behind Kimirai in third. And Leclerc gets a 10-second penalty speeding in the pit lane. We have a yellow flag that is retro slow in the Raskas. Iheart in this one-off back at Red Bull. Currently 7th. Now let's see if position changes. Spooderman up 4 positions. And people say you can't overtake in Monaco. Even if it was lap 1. yellow sector 3 that I think is just Foxhound's pit exit. There's a yellow sector 2 that's retro again by the looks of it. Here we see the, well, pit strategies again. We hear a lot of wall nudges. I think the biggest fear of most drivers was proven to be wrong. There's not a major pileup in turn 1. No heroics into Santivat. A few nudges, but it's Monaco. Retro 10-second penalty. If these wrecks prove what they promise. The Ferraris definitely prove what they promise. 3rd and 4th. Stated after the Monaco penalty, a little bit of a redemption. King James is the next one in the pits. I wouldn't be surprised if it is following, and it is. A little bit of compliments speaking out again. Snoo, fair drive so far. 9th position in the Cadillac. With both of their main drivers missing out today. And I think Cadillac fielding 3 reserves. 2 in their own team and 1 for Alpine. Retro already being out. That is something I didn't catch. Snoo showing himself to Justin. Looks like a controller. This is great driving. That's a good exit. The Cadillac's trying. And the Williams is building a train, nice and slowly. Juno protecting his teammate. Just an extra penalties. Tundra passing Prototype. Meanwhile, Snoo still wants to give Justin a hard time, and Justin's way too fast into Santivot. The McLaren still looks fine, but the Cadillac is well and definitely through. Prototype, near wing. How long can Juno keep this up and help his teammate build a little bit of a buffer? Fox out next penalty. And Snoo is catching up. That's Leclerc letting people by. Fox out doing some interesting driving, getting 3 penalties during the same pit stop. Spooderman up 6 positions. With Cherry missing, Spooderman the only Audi hope. Maybe that's exactly what he needs. Oh, we hear Snoo scratching the wall. Flag, and there we have the first safety car, I think. No, it's a virtual. It's a virtual safety car. I think it's Foxhound who spun. Yeah, there's a wing missing. And we're back to the Mercedes without a nose cone. Yeah. I don't know what this is, if Toto Wolff or well, rather, speaking of team principles, Thunder just tried to make some weight reductions, or not. I can look at the leader for a little bit. Spooderman using the chance to take the pit stop. To be fair, taking 8 laps for the first virtual safety car, which was for a spin, it's impressed. Fox out retiring from the session. I am impressed. Obviously, there's still 31 laps remaining. Oh, Spooderman, drive through. And we're back to a green flag. Snooze in the pits. Is that also a front wing, or is that just a Cadillac pit stop? It is also a front wing. That moves Tundra into the points paying positions. Next yellow flag, second sector. It's right here. It's Löw happen. I think it was Mishko. Yeah, Mishko's right there. What's happening there? Is Mishko letting the driver spy because his car is broken or something? Is he missing front wing? He is. He's probably struggling. If it's because of that, that's really fair driving from the Ferrari driver. Well, in a general aspect, it's really fair, even if it's a technical problem for the Ferrari. Yes, he's not pitting though. Once again, a really fair behavior from Mishko at this moment. Eilhart still hunting down both Williams. And Gino having the biggest blue wall that you can probably find in France and Monaco. 4th. A quarter of the race done. Roundabout. We currently have Ref, Kimura, Masquerader, RD, Juno, iHeart, Mishko, Justin, Thunder, and Tundra in the points. Jibo, Snoo already had a pit stop. James, Proto, Scooter, Albert, and Leclerc, I think all already had their pit stops. Albert also has a drive-through. Next yellow flag, last corner. Someone entering the pit lane, but probably missed it is Albert. This car is broken again. Let's hope it'll serve the drive-through. It does. G-Bull overtaking by Snoop. Who is on a fantastic debut run. Definitely, especially as a reserve, showing off. With both Aston Martin and Red Bull still having a full-time seat to fill. Oh, Mishko once again with trouble. Doesn't call it to pit row yet. Oh. I heart close. But it is still Monaco. Mishko, 3-second time penalty. Yeah, we'll stay on board with the Mercedes. I don't really want to see the no-nose chrome car. Tundra lost a little bit of wing. And now this is James's chance to bring his Merc back up into 12th position. Up in 9th. Now James thinking about the dive, but sent the dummy passing G-Ball for 12th position, who sends it into the wall and to back. Meanwhile, his teammate. We definitely will have two strategies here. There's some people who will do the 2-stop, and there are people who maybe will try a 1-stop. The 3 stops at the back from the start collisions, I'll just not count. Justin in the pits. There's also Haas building up. Also front wing. Justin is on mediums. Loses out to Mishka. Or is he? No, he isn't. But Mishko doesn't really have much of a wing left. Yeah, I don't really know what the attempt is there. But really, really fair driving from the Ferrari once again. I heard in the pits. Probably a try to pass Juno. Oh, no, the last piece of wing is gone. Rev is in the pits. Let's see for which tire. The heights. There's the 1-stop I mentioned. Yellow in sector 2. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. It's just... G-Ball going by. Snoo also got a penalty now. Judging by how it goes so far, it's really going to be a race. If there is a late safety car, who has a penalty and who doesn't. Mishko's still staying out. Masquerader. Just for heights. Yellow flag sector 1, it's once again Mishko letting people by, but now this is a lap attempt. Leclerc is out in the Nouvelle chicane. He clipped the inside wall and Kimi Rai hit him. This is messy. This is messy. Mishko was also involved, but nothing to do with him. Is Kimi Rai's car still okay? Ref definitely closed up to RD thanks to it. A small inside wall clip means the double DNF for Haas. And Mishko's finally in the pits. Now Raf against RD Gamer before turn 1. The top 12 are still in the lap. King James is now also left. And Albert will be the first car to be 2 laps down. This race is definitely everything but not boring. It's a really fair race, to be fair. With a virtual safety car thanks to a spun Alpine. But the crash from Leclerc not causing anything by the looks of it. Snoo fastest lap. Behind Thunder. Wow, that's really aggressive, but it works. Beautiful move by the Cadillac, even if the Mercedes doesn't really have much of a wing anymore. Beautiful move by the Cadillac. At least I'm back to seeing Mercedes front wings. Let's look a little bit, shall we? A little bit interesting. Spooderman still needs to pit. Spooderman, Kimi Rai, and RD are the last people to still have to fulfill the tire rule. Obviously, we have the round of the day vote in the DRC Discord. If you want to take part in this league, obviously join the Discord. A link to it should be in the stream description. And James, the next driver, who is getting a penalty. And Prototype getting awfully close to King James because he himself is behind Kimi Rai. Now the leader is suddenly become the car who's blocking. Ref is currently behind the Cadillac. Now getting by into Tobacco. Ooh, Albert. Kimi Rise in the pits. RD Gamma will go by. Masquerader will also go by. But the Ferrari's also missing a lot of wing. "13 seconds. The gap to the lead for Kimura. Championship leader. RD now in the pits. But Proto, who's also a championship contender, currently 13th only. He is also lapped. Yellow flag sector 2. Now Kimirai, not a move yet. Yellow. That looks like Spooderman, maybe? No, it was Mishka. Ah, big slide. Oh, Kimirai. Mishka retired. Nouveau chicane. Another Red Bull is still bumping. Scooterman disqualified again. We're going too wide in turn 4 this time. Down to 14. Now imagine this race with a sprint. That would be amazing. Oh, Kimirai! Trying everything, but Masquerader did his homework. Now keep it right into the chicane. Once again, it's a no. Maybe send the dummy, like so many people did so far as well in this race now. Looks like a matter of time. The Ferrari definitely struggling with the broken front wing. Now that might have been just that little wiggle too much. Side by side up the hill. That's beautiful racing. Around the outside, turns to the inside, into turn 3. Kimirai up into second. Masquerader not wanting to give up yet. Has to concede. The Cadillac being hunted by the Williams. Snoo still haven't driven. Wonderful race. King James moves by Gibble. Making it both McLarens in the points. Mercedes. Oh, Snoo touches the wall before turn 1. Snoo having a penalty. King James also having 6 seconds. RD Gamma meanwhile hitting Snoo in the back. G-Bolt's chance for points. Never mind. We'll do now though is I will take another breather. You guys enjoy the battle and I will be back shortly. And they collided! They collided in the loose hap and we're back. Rather forceful and there's another collision. They are both in the wall. Through goes Justin. Both Snoo and RD with big problems. And probably 2 broken cars. And Justin can now say thank you very, very much. I will really quickly take a look what happened. RD forces himself to finish. It's a bit very optimistic. bit optimistic from my perspective, but that will be something the stewards will decide, probably. RD behind Justin with the broken car. Now all Justin needs to do is keep the broken Williams behind. Justin pits. Well, never mind that. Looked lined up. Really get to drink, so we will be back once again just shortly. Snooge against Justin. Snoo, a fantastic final sector. But yeah, we'll be back in just a second, so I can actually take a drink now. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. RD Gamer with the next time penalty. Tundra entering the pit lane. Now Proto has to beg for someone else to DNF. To maybe salvage at least a point. Ah, oh, Snoo in the wall. Wow, Snoo, what a move outside of Rescas. Oh. Justin are also going by. That Cadillac is definitely not playing around anymore. What a move. A little bit of Charles Leclerc, I think it was 2019 vibes. Just that he does it around the outside of Raskas. Justin right behind, both on softs. I think that's new front swing. Yeah, it is. That was a bit too much. They're still battling. Snoo now just wanting to defend 7th place. Justin's turn again. Really, really low on battery. Against the Cadillac. Three more times. Nouvelle chicane and Tabak. A different battle that's forming up. iHeart behind Masquerader. The Ferraris had such a great start. One's not in a race anymore, the other one's fighting for the last remaining podium position. No, they're just gonna get Tundra a little bit involved. Seemingly not. Oh, what a lunge! That was way too late, though. From Justin. Wing broken. That was too late. From the McLaren driver. I don't understand the forcing to drive themselves without a wing, but the drivers know what they're doing. I think, sometimes. That was too late. It's tempting. Ref is on the final lap of the race. Proto next penalty. Oh, he's just adding suffering to agony. The first chaser in the championship. Justin now also getting a 10-second penalty for cutting the Nouvelle chicane. Miško did it well. He didn't get penalties for it. This is just costing the teams with front wings this race. He lost an Audi in turn 5, I think. We lost both Haas. We lost Miško, sadly. And the only driver who didn't actually DNF on circuit, but did it in the pit lane. Fuck's out. Our heart is close for the one-off appearance in the Red Bull. Can he get himself onto the podium? Oh, that's a lunge. It's a lunge that can work, though not fully with Masquerader. Switchback, beautiful. They're still a side-by-side. The Ferrari fiddling a little bit. Watch the launch. We're not the F1 camera team, and they collide in the Nouveau Chicane. Congratulations to Ref, who wins the Monaco Grand Prix. And now we're instantly going back to those two. Kimi Rai will finish second, but who will join the two on the podium? Is there still a little bit more juice in the battery of the Red Bull? It doesn't look like it. It's a beautiful defense. A phenomenal defense from Masquerader. And Juno, beautiful 5th place for me, the driver of the day. That was fantastic. A quiet race, but a fantastic one. RD now has a 6th place safe, with Snoo getting a 10-second penalty for cutting the Nouveau Chicane. Snoo, still beautiful race in 7th. Is costing his team a little bit more money with crashing on the line. Justin dragged his car from the little bit too late lunge that he did. Brings it across the line in 8th. Thunder, the 9th car to finish in the lead lap, and the last car to finish in the lead lap moves up to 8th due to the penalty of Justin. It's a fantastic race. It was a really fair race over a lot of parts, and Ref is a deserving winner of this one. Ref, Kimi Rai, and Masquerader on the podium. In the Principality. Like I said, it was a long race. It was a mostly fair race. There will be a few scenes to talk about. A few things the stewards will have to look at. But overall, congratulations to the drivers. That was fantastic. Last result. Ref wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Kimi Rai 2nd, Masquerader 3rd. iHeart 4th. Juno 5th. RD Gamer, Snoo, Thunder, Justin, and King James, the last one to get a point. Prototype. Only in 11th. Jibo 12th. Thunder, Tundra. I can't properly talk. In 13th. Albert on debut also in 14th. Finished. 3 laps down, but finished. We lost Mishko, Leclerc, Foxhound, Retro, and Spooderman. I wish you guys a beautiful rest of your Sunday. I hope you had an amazing time, and I will see you guys next week. But